What is up, everybody? We're back with another episode, fresh off of our trip to Minnesota.
Man, it was great.
So fun.
Yeah.
But we are Dingers with the Boys. That is Boys with a Z. I'm Tim. I'm here with Kyle, as always, and we're happy to be back. It's been a week, and so a lot of stuff has happened in the sports world.
I think a much-needed vacation for both of us. But yeah, it's been a crazy week, middle of March Madness.
Yep.
News with Shohei Ohtani and his interpreter, and
Let's jump into that first. I know we want to talk Minnesota, we want to talk some March Madness, but I kind of totally spaced on Ohtani until even we were talking about it earlier today. But I still just completely spaced until you just said something. Ohtani, his interpreter gets caught gambling. Ohtani supposedly didn't have any idea it was going on.
But now he admits he did. He admits that he lent his interpreter money.
To pay off of his gambling debt.
So now everybody's thinking, is Ohtani behind the gambling? But
there's no way that he couldn't have known.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree, but there's been reports even when he was in Japan that he doesn't really touch his money. He's not a.
I'm not saying that he touched his money or not, but that his interpreter was gambling on games.
Yeah.
Because my guess, obviously, we don't know, his interpreter's with him 80-90% of the time, probably.
Probably, yeah. And I know, they're very close. He's been with Ohtani for the whole entire time he's been in the MLB, which is, I think, 6 years? I don't know. I don't know for sure, but... Yeah, he's been with him for a long time, and I know, after Ichiro, your interpreter is basically your best friend. You're talking to him,
you're with him all
the time, and you're not leaving without him, and they're kind of right by your side. So
I just don't if something comes out, and Ohtani knew he was gambling on baseball games, whatever. What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Does Ohtani get suspended? Does he
I think,
get the Pete Rose treatment where he's banned? I
don't know. I think I could see the MLB. Also, it's going to be interesting because, Ohtani is not just an ordinary player. He's MLB's, star child. He's the guy in the MLB right now.
Yeah, and it's not even just the Dodgers. It's the entire major league, and it's
So it's I definitely think, there will be repercussions if it does come out, but it will probably depend on what does come out. He's said that he's going to be talking about it on Monday. Now it's going to be the first time that he's coming forward and speaking.
I'm sure he's going to say, I didn't know. I lent him money because he needed help. And
I guarantee you, there's no way he comes out and says, I knew this all along, because he knows if he does that, then for sure he's getting a huge suspension. But I don't see them banning him. They're not going to be
if something comes out, it's not going to be just a slap on the wrist.
Well, also this is kind of new territory because it's an interpreter. It's
I'm saying if Ohtani had anything to do with it.
Yeah.
If it's just his interpreter, and it still might be some with Ohtani, but then his interpreter just takes all the blame kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's going to be nothing. I'm saying if Ohtani has anything to do with it, and they prove that he has something to do with it, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what he says tomorrow. But we just got back from Minnesota. Denver Nuggets. They win it 115-112.
Man.
Finally. For those of you guys don't know, I've seen the Nuggets on the road technically 8 times before this. One was a preseason game in Vegas. I technically saw them win that game. However, that preseason, it doesn't, and it was in Vegas. It was neutral. It doesn't really count. So I don't, I did see him, but I don't count that in my overall record. Before this, 0 for 7.
Yeah.
I've seen him play in OKC, Dallas, San Antonio, Milwaukee, Indianapolis, Phoenix, and Milwaukee.
Yeah.
0 for 7. I've seen 3 overtime games in that. 2 buzzer beaters that we've all lost.
Jeez.
Just what the heck? Minnesota, we're up by 20 in the first half or something.
20 at half, and Because like beforehand, they ruled out Rudy Gobert at game time.
Nas Reed was out.
Cat was already out.
Yep.
Nas Reed was out.
So we're like, all right, we come out.
Should win. Like
feeling good at halftime. And I even looked at my wife and I was like, it might be the one. We might be here, And Minnesota comes back, takes the lead in the fourth. And then we end up going up by 3 with 3 seconds left. KCP tries to take an offensive foul.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Dude, just get in the guy's face. Anthony Edwards has a wide open 3 at the buzzer.
Like you're giving their best player a wide open shot. Like it was.
Yep.
But I think the only reason why we won that game is MPJ came out. He was clutch.
Oh yeah. Yep.
In that fourth quarter, I think he scored.
He played great.
Like 9 points or 12 points, maybe.
Yep.
He's actually. I read later. He's, I think, leading the league in clutch time shooting percentage.
Interesting. That's kind of interesting.
But yeah, so he showed it in that game. We needed the buckets. Everybody else was going cold, but he came up clutch and scored it. But
we're eating some sour strips, by the way. So you see our faces on YouTube. It's kind of need a little pick-me-up, But yeah, MPJ played so great. It was so fun to watch. We ended up winning by 3. It was such a blast. Honestly, the stadium was kind of It was bland. It was very I'm not a huge fan of Ball Arena. I think it's just kind of boring. There's nothing fun to it. I think that's kind of how Minnesota's was.
I did like where you walked in, though. I thought that was really cool. They had murals up on the walls, and it was kind of cool. Like Minnesota, they have skywalks or skyways, kind of that you can walk in between all the buildings, so you're not in the freezing cold. So you could walk straight from there to inside the stadium. So I thought that was really cool.
That was cool. I kind of wish we would have looked at what the outside was, other than the skywalk kind of thing, just to see kind of what it was like coming in. But it was just kind of, I don't know, it was bland. We kind of got, I don't know, I was frustrated. We were supposed to get a meal with our tickets, and we were supposed to get either an alcoholic beverage or non-alcoholic.
Yep.
Well, we get there, and they say we don't have a meal. That was a typo on their part. They messed up.
Yep.
Well, all right, but we bought these tickets thinking that. So we didn't eat dinner before or anything, and we definitely would have.
Yeah, and it was a late game.
Yeah, we don't want to eat at the stadium if we don't have to, And so that was extremely frustrating. So that kind of started off bad. And then they wouldn't give us a non-alcoholic beverage. It had to be an alcoholic beverage, which...
Yeah, me and you, we're not really big drinkers.
Yeah. Well, and my wife, she is gluten-free, and so she can't drink the alcoholic beverage. And so that was so frustrating. And it was just the attitude of, especially that person that just really kind of threw me off. Everybody else was extremely nice and everything, but that, especially the manager, I'm like, dude, just give me a water even, a soda or something.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought it would be a big problem since...
It's less money.
Less money.
I was like, that's what it says. Well, it doesn't say it on the ticket. It might say it online, but not on the ticket. And it's like, man, that's so frustrating.
Yeah. Which was strange because I even said during this whole trip that, man, Minnesota people, they're just so, super nice.
Well, that's what me and you talked about this. You were saying that. I don't think they're nicer than any other place that I've been.
I don't know. It just felt to me that they were more willing to kind of go out of their way to help somebody.
I think that helps with the baby though.
Maybe.
Because we had Nat, and something about babies brings people, I think that helps it a lot because they're not just coming to us, and so it's more like them and stuff. And so, but overall, it was pretty fun, and like I said, the people were nice and everything. But yeah, that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Especially, it's just they couldn't do anything, and it's you're telling me you can't give us even just a soda or something for the inconvenience or something. It's man, I don't know. We try not to let it bother us, and so we still had fun. Nugget. The one thing about their arena, it's not even their arena. I think their energy, was amazing in the stadium.
It was
playoff atmosphere, and I don't know if that's because they were playing the Nuggets or if that's just how it always is.
Who knows? We'd have to go to another game where it's a I don't know, nobody team or like a Detroit Pistons to really know that. But yeah, even when they're down by 20, like one of the guys came, is like, this game's not over yet. Like, we need everybody to get loud, and that's what the fans did.
It was loud.
And there was actually a lot of Denver fans too, so which isn't
we
that
were
surprising.
In like a Denver section almost, so everybody around us was Nuggets fans.
It was kind of funny, like, there was a lot of Denver fans around us, but yeah, even like sporadically through the stadium there were Denver fans, but yeah, it was, which I guess that's what you get for winning the championship and having the best player in the league.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was just really cool. Like, but I don't feel like any of the fans were disrespectful. Like,
and like,
they didn't care that we were Nuggets fans.
Going to an away game, you're expected to like get some. So yeah, there was people like, boo Nuggets or something, or like, Wolves all the way. And I wore a Nuggets thing every single day.
Yeah.
I only took Nuggets gear out there. I didn't wear a single thing. So even on not game days, like in Mall of America, there was a couple people were saying like, "Oh, go Wolves," or something like that, you know. And so,
which that's just like playful,
but it wasn't
banter,
anything bad or anything.
No.
It was like, it was fun. And even after the game, we had to take the street because the skywalk was closed, and so nobody bothered us or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so, that was nice. Other than the game, what was your favorite part about like our trip?
I would probably say the Mall of America, which that's probably no surprise. Anybody that ever goes to Minnesota, to Minneapolis, definitely should go there. We only spent one day, and I feel like we did a lot in there, but man, there was so much more that we could have done.
The roller coaster, like just the amusement park in there, I think that was so cool.
Yeah, it's cool that
we only did. I did one big ride. You did two big rides. I did one with.
Well, one of them, I don't know if it's really that big.
But it was like a coaster. It was considered a thrill ride. It wasn't. Me and Nat went on, what was it called, the big trucks or something like that. And so, but she loved it.
But Nickelodeon Universe, you can definitely tell it's more geared for kids, and not really adults. So I mean, but it was still fun.
If we didn't have to pay for every ride, if we would have gotten the unlimited, I think we would have went on some other ones that looked cool and stuff. And there was some other stuff that we didn't even get to go do. The Crayola experience that looked pretty cool. When Nat gets a little older, it'd be kind of cool. There had a few like
mirror maze things that
those are always just
fun,
funny.
But
just funny with.
I know you were saying you liked it when like kids kind of run into them.
But I feel bad, but it's just funny because I've been there. I did it. I remember doing it as a kid.
I did too. I'm sure, but
it was Mall of America. Yeah, it was fun. I don't know what I expected, but it was just, it was crazy.
It was just, I think it was what I expected times 10.
Yeah.
It was just so huge, like every single story you could possibly think of. And we were surprised.
Souvenir-wise, I thought they didn't have a great stuff, though,
like
which was surprising to me.
Nothing that really said Mall of America.
Yeah. Even the, like, Minnesota stuff, we went into a couple stores, and they had some stuff, but it wasn't, I thought they would have more stuff like that.
Yeah,
so that kind of surprised me.
But it was kind of surprising. Like, you know me, I hate shopping. Like, I don't enjoy it.
Dude.
But
look who you're talking to. At least you go shopping.
Me and you, like, we're not really fans of malls.
When you say mall, it's just at least you like to go to some stores. I'm just I'm there for 5 minutes and give me an Auntie Anne's pretzel and all right, I'm out.
That's usually the best part.
We did this whole trip. Usually, especially trips, we do pretzels, man. This whole trip, we didn't get a single pretzel.
Well, we didn't make any bets against each other. That's usually our thing, guys. Like, usually we make bets together. Like, a few times going to Disney, we bet on one time, where did we park?
Yeah.
Like, what aisle or something.
Yeah, because we couldn't remember. And loser had to get the...
Loser has to buy the pretzel and cheese. But, so,
we do like the Toy Story Mania. We do, loser buys a pretzel and cheese. And, we should have done it on disc golf. We went and played disc golf.
We should have.
And I was up by a couple, and then I got a couple bogeys, and you were getting pars, birdies, and stuff. And then we ended up going into, what was it, 3-hole playoff?
No, we finished on hole 5.
Was it 5? So 5-hole
playoff.
And on hole 5, you skip it, you hit the dirt, and it skips and hits the basket and falls out. Dude,
it would have been insane.
I was like, he just got an ace in Minnesota.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. It was so windy too.
Oh yeah, it was kind of cold. It was,
my hands I could barely feel, that's one thing I want to play disc golf in every single state. That's
what are you up to now? 30
I think
something, right?
Well, in disc golf, I think I'm around 30, like 1 or 32 states. And I've been in, let's see here. I actually have it on my phone. You've played in quite a bit, though, as well.
Yeah, but I don't keep track like you. I basically only play when I'm on a trip with you and we kind of detour and go play. But
yeah.
Because we didn't play in Atlanta because I think you had already played in Atlanta, so I didn't get that one.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, because you're definitely like a little bit more into that. Like I'm into disc golf, but
yeah,
not nearly as much as you. You've been playing a little bit longer than me, and
I'm at 34 states I've played in right now. Yep. And
so I don't even know if I've been to 34 states, to be honest. I've been to
that's what I have on here too.
Bit,
I've been to all but 12, so I'm at 38 states now that I've been to, and so that's kind of that's a bucket list of mine.
Just that alone is pretty crazy.
But, yeah, and I hopefully we'll be able to get to a few more here in the next few years. And I just love traveling. I think it'd be so cool to see every state.
Yeah, I think it's cool just to see what is different and like what's the cool thing about this place. And
that's one thing about Minnesota I would say though, especially during the winter. I don't know if I'd really go back unless it's for another Nuggets game or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it would be cooler in Minnesota or in Minnesota. I think it'd be cooler in the summer. Yeah. But I still don't know if I would like, oh man, I got to get back to Minneapolis. And there's been other places that we've gone that I'm like, man, I definitely want to go back there.
Yeah.
And so I think that's one thing. I had a blast. I had such a fun trip, but it's not something that is, I'm eager to go back right away.
I think it would have been cool if we could have done one more thing, maybe head up to St. Paul. Mm-hmm. Just see.
I know there's some food places we wanted to try.
Do around there.
We didn't have a car either, and so it was one with Natalie. We couldn't just Uber, and so it was a little different. But yeah, I mean, I think it was so fun though.
But even like getting around on the metro was pretty easy. But yeah, it
wasn't bad.
Clean, like.
Yeah, overall, I would say, well, especially the skywalks, those were extremely clean, and so that was really nice. But yeah, the metro, it reminded me a lot of the Denver light rail.
It just reminded me of that as well, just a lot more maintained and
there's a lot more people coming onto the trains checking for tickets and different stuff like that.
Yep.
And they could probably just get on the next train, but
hey, at least
they're
doing
out there
that
and checking, and so
I haven't ridden the light rail here in Denver in a while because of that. Mm-hmm. Because nobody really checks it. Like it's really easy for people to just hop on and just ride until they get off, and who cares? But
if people would do that, but it's the people that are using it for other reasons that it's just not worth it, at times. And so, I haven't done it too much lately. I used to do it a little bit more, but I haven't done it very much lately. But I don't know. I know we got hopefully couple trips planned here soon. I know we were talking about going down to Oklahoma for the Tennessee-Oklahoma football game.
Yeah, that would be
sweet. That's another sporting event that we're planning on trying to get to. That'll be next September. And then the Notre Dame versus Army game
at Yankee Stadium.
Yep. And that's
Shamrock Series.
Yep. And so hopefully we get to a couple of those. And you never know with Nuggets. If it works right, I know we want to go to one. And so it'll be fun. And so it's just seeing another away team. It's just so fun to go to those.
Yeah, for you guys listening, if you've been to Minnesota, maybe say what was your favorite part. Maybe list a place that you'd like to see. I don't know.
And any other stadiums too. And I've been to a few in college stadiums. I've been to a few and stuff.
I think one other thing that would have been really cool to see is the U.S. Bank Stadium where the Vikings play.
Yes.
And then
and it looked awesome. It looks really cool. And we wanted to take a tour, but they don't start till mid-April.
Yeah.
And so
it's like we just missed it.
And I think that could be too, because a lot of stuff was closed when we were there. Like, we're starting at the end of April or something like that. And so that made it a little harder.
And then same thing for the Twin Stadium. I think you could take tours, but the only day we could have was the day we were
No, I
going
think
to
it was
the
only
mall.
Friday, Saturday, Sundays that you can do that.
Maybe
It was until the actual season started. So we missed that by a couple weeks, and because we weren't there on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and so they have them on the off season. But
so that was just a bummer. I was like seeing the stadium tours, but
and you see the kind of the
behind the
backup.
scenes,
exactly. But let us know where you want us to travel, because maybe we'll go somewhere for the dingers, But let's take a break and then we'll come back, talk March Madness, baby. All right, bye. It's Dingers with the boys. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, and Twitter. Go give us a follow.
Yeah, like Tim said, if you like the videos that we're putting out, definitely go follow and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. But let's just get back to the show. All right, we're back. Tim, I don't know what he's doing. He's saying bye when we're just going on a break. It's not like we're gone for that long, but...
We stopped it.
Yeah.
Stopped it, and I was like, dude, why did I say bye?
Dude, it's like you're on the phone.
I know.
But
that's what it almost felt like. This is our, 19th, 18th episode? And why would I say bye?
I don't know. But yeah, we're going to be talking about March Madness, currently going on the second round.
Yep. First of all, Buffs, baby! Girls, women's
get it done.
Basketball. They beat K-State today.
Yep.
Suck it, Steve. Steve was over here today. He's a K-State fan.
He's a friend of ours, big K-State fan.
Yeah, but they ended up pulling it out. They're most likely going to play Iowa in the Sweet 16. That's who knocked them out last year.
Yep.
Hopefully,
I don't know. I just hope if we do lose, which
it's a close game.
We don't. Yeah, hopefully we make it at least competitive.
Yeah. But I'm glad that we made it this far. The men's lost today.
They should have won. It just seemed like, I don't know. We were watching the men's game as well, and every single time we tied it up, Marquette would just answer and
5-7-0 run.
Yeah, bring it back to a 5-point lead. And
well, we even took the lead a couple times by one.
I think one, but
that one, there was about 1:15 left. Cody Williams wide open three to go up by 2, and he misses it. And he was playing great.
I think that was one of his only shots he missed, honestly.
Well, and then it was so frustrating because we had, I think it was 2 fouls at the time. So we need to give 4 fouls before they even start shooting any one-on-ones. And there was 17.9 seconds left, I think.
No, there was way more time.
Well, no, once we started fouling. It was 17.9 seconds left, I think.
Yeah.
And at that point, we were down by 2.
Yeah.
Down by 2. 17.9 seconds left, 2 fouls. And so then we're trying to get the steals. And I get it.
Yeah, we're
but it's
trying
like,
to
dude,
trap.
you got to foul.
Yep.
You have to foul. If you don't get it on the inbounds, you're fouling right away.
Yep.
And so there was a couple, by the time they were shooting free throws, it was 7 seconds left. And 7.1, I think there was. No way should that have taken that long.
Exactly.
And
especially like in that situation, because if they make both free throws, now it's a 2-possession game. Like you can't do anything in 7 seconds.
Exactly. Yep.
Because college men's, like you can't extend advance the ball. So
well, and then with 7.1 seconds left, I think it was
around then.
I don't know, it was right around 7 seconds left. We get the ball, we're down by 4. KJ Simpson just starts walking it. It's like, what are you doing, dude? You gotta freaking go. Like, go shoot a 3 or a 2, either one. But you have to shoot. You're hoping that ball, the time stops with 5 seconds, and
or like 3.
Or you have to go full. Yeah, at least like 3 or 4.
Yep.
But you didn't even shoot till 1 second left. What are you doing? Yeah. And I'm not just blaming KJ Simpson on this, and it shouldn't have came down to that. But there's been 3 or 4 other teams that has done this too. That they're down by 1 or whatever. And there's only a few seconds. They're just walking. And it's like, what in the world are you doing?
Yeah, Florida Atlantic did it before overtime when they lost. I can't think of the other one.
And it's like, you're getting a terrible shot. Exactly. And you're going to go to overtime if you miss it. But don't you want a quality shot?
Exactly.
And it's not like you're rushing where it's 1 second left, so you're throwing up a heave. No, you have 7-8 seconds left.
Yep.
Oh, let me just walk it up. And
it just seemed like the Colorado game plan was... They came in with a game plan, but then when the actual game happened, they were like, let's just
lose it,
wing it, kind of thing. Because even the announcers were talking about it that, hey, you got to make Kolek, Marquette's one of their best players, you got to make him shoot with his right.
Yeah.
He's so good with his left that you got to make him go right. And it didn't even seem like CU was trying to do that, but
yeah, and Marquette's a good team.
Yeah, they are, but
it's just frustrating because you have those chances.
I think it's more frustrating too because of the Kentucky upset. This next round, you're playing NC State, which that would have been a 10 versus 11.
You'd be the
favorite
going into
and
that.
then,
to go to the Elite Eight, you're playing NC State as a favorite. Yeah.
So this was CU men's first time making it to the second round in 55 years.
1955.
Since 1955. Like, I don't even know how long it's been since.
It was probably, honestly, it was probably that same year, would be my
Sweet
guess.
16, but.
Yeah. But yeah. It's just, I don't know, it's frustrating. But bring up the bracket really quick. Yeah. There was a couple, like, crazy things. Like, one, you said NC State. I actually picked that one. I actually picked a lot of these.
Yep.
But NC State's now in the Sweet 16.
Yep.
We're still waiting a few other games. There's not really a huge, as of right now, there's still games going on, but there's nothing really too crazy in the Sweet 16 other than that one.
Yeah, I think the biggest one being the NC State, which I think a big part of that was Kentucky losing because I doubt anybody would have picked NC State over Kentucky.
I think I did, dude.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure I had NC State going. I can't remember. The other one, Creighton and Oregon. Oregon should have won that game.
Yeah.
They let Creighton come back, and so Oregon should have.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I have a couple brackets. I had Oregon in one bracket going on, and then the other one, Creighton.
Yep.
But like we said last week, for me personally, I don't care if I had Creighton winning the whole thing. Because Creighton or Oregon's the higher seed, I want them to win.
Yeah.
I love the high seed.
As soon as one upset happens, you just want them all.
Mm-hmm.
I was rooting for that Oakland team. I really liked them, and I don't know. It just seems like everybody loves the Cinderellas and
it's fun.
The underdogs.
And so right now it's NC State really.
Yeah,
I know like Yale has a chance against San Diego State. They play later today.
Yeah, I could see Yale pulling the upset maybe, but San Diego State, they were in the finals last year.
Yep.
So
Grand Canyon over Bama. I think Bama's probably going to win.
Yeah.
I had St. Mary's actually.
You could maybe talk about Gonzaga as like because a lot of people had Gonzaga losing first round to McNeese.
To McNeese, yep, I did.
But yeah, this Gonzaga team,
if they can beat Purdue,
they're killing it.
Mm-hmm.
They killed Kansas 89-68.
Yep.
Which I know Kansas was coming in a little hurt, but
with games now that have been played, do you think there's a clear-cut favorite?
I think still UConn.
UConn still?
Yeah.
And they played today, right? Or do they still play later tonight? No,
I'm pretty
tonight.
sure.
It's tonight's games. Yeah, they play tonight.
Yeah.
No men's play tomorrow. It's only women's tomorrow.
Okay.
And so that'd be crazy if they got upset by Northwestern.
Yeah, I think that would definitely
happen, but
that would definitely shock a lot of people. But yeah, I know like UConn, they've only played one game versus Stetson, but they scored 91 in that.
They're pretty much. I mean, these first couple they're expected to win. Too.
I think their first, as long as like how it's looking right now, I think their first challenge will be maybe versus San Diego State.
I think Illinois or Iowa
and then maybe
State.
Like Illinois or Iowa State.
Mm-hmm. And I think Iowa State. That's going to be a great game.
Yeah,
that's one of the games we're going to pick. Should we pick it now? Or should we wait?
Let's just wait until the end. I think it's easier for people, but
yeah. So, is there anything that surprised you? Obviously, like you're seeing these big games that are like NC State wins and stuff, but is there any that really was just like, wow, I did not see that happening to you at least?
Let's see. I was one surprised by NC State. I didn't think they were going to make it out of the first round. I thought Texas Tech was actually a pretty strong team coming into it.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. Like, I think I don't know. Creighton, I have them going pretty far.
I think my biggest thing, I thought New Mexico was going to play so much better against Clemson, and Clemson just wiped the floor with them.
Yep.
And so I thought that was going to be a lot closer game. I was also surprised with Tennessee being very close to Texas.
Which it didn't start out that way. The first half, like they were up
The problem with
I think 10
Tennessee is
plus,
because I have them winning in one bracket. I have them. It's funny because I'm pretty sure in both my brackets I have UConn and Tennessee. One I have UConn winning, one I have Tennessee winning.
Yeah.
But it's both of them. However, they are so inconsistent because when they play their ball, I don't think anybody can beat them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm also surprised that gosh, who was it? I'm trying to. Kentucky. Yeah. What in the world?
I think at one point, I think I had Kentucky in the Final Four when I was filling out my bracket. I only filled out one, but I did fill out a women's one in Minnesota.
Yeah, but it didn't work, you said?
But it didn't save. Like, I got back here, and I went to check how I was doing, and it says I got 0 correct. So
my guess is it saved, and I'm just whooping your butt, so you said that it didn't after I told you how I was doing.
I wouldn't lie about that.
In that one, we were watching the Middle Tennessee game today versus LSU, and Middle Tennessee was up.
Yep.
And come fourth quarter, they just or not fourth quarter, third quarter.
Yep.
They just
the whole second half, LSU was just overpowering. They had 20 plus free throw attempts in the second half alone. So
I'm trying to think of who's the number 2 seed in that bracket. It's a big team because Iowa's the number 1. LSU was 3, K-State was 4, and CU was 5. So that's the CU bracket, and it's a really tough one. The number 2, I'm going to kick myself when I hear it. Bottom right, I believe. No, it's top right. Yeah, who's the UCLA? Yeah, that bracket, man. I hope UCLA just demolishes. I mean, they have to get past Creighton, but I hope UCLA demolishes LSU. I do not like LSU. We were talking. You thought I actually really liked them.
Yeah, I thought for sure, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, I cannot stand LSU. I actually don't mind their coach. Overall, I think she's very animated. I think she's a good coach, but I just don't. It's not a huge fan. So I can't remember. Have you been to any games, March Madness games?
Yeah, I remember. Ball Arena has hosted a few.
Did you go when we had the suite?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's been a long time.
Yeah.
And I remember doing that too. That's so much fun, man. I loved it. And they had it a few years ago, but I didn't go. Tickets were kind of expensive.
Yep.
You have to take a couple days off usually. Yeah. And so, but it's just so fun.
It's just like
enjoy it.
It's so fun, much. Like also just having like the games up on your computer at work. Or
I know I do.
I don't know. I was even watching like a game on my TV, and then I had like a game on my phone as well. And because I've been off for a while now, so
with the snow and stuff, you've had even longer. So it's just such a fun, and you don't even have to be a fan of any team. But I think a lot of people, man, they like to see the underdogs and stuff too. Some of these teams that you've never heard of, like McNeese, for example, you've never heard of them really, and it's like, man, they just beat a huge powerhouse. And so it's just kind of fun in that sense. I went to I think it was 2012, the women's Final Four and finals were here.
Yeah.
And I went to that. I had literally the very top seat, and it was in the corner. We were against a huge pillar. There was only 3 seats in our row. We were the 3 seats.
Nice.
Notre Dame made it to the finals, and they lost to Baylor. And so that was a little frustrating. But that's when Brittany Griner played for Baylor. And we've always been close, but it wasn't as, like, you were still in high school at that time. And so it was a lot different back then. Or else you probably would have came with me, honestly.
Well, I actually, I do have a fun story about that. So in high school, I was in drumline.
Yeah.
And we were just getting into, like, indoor competitions and stuff like that. And earlier, like that same year, we actually performed halftime at a Nuggets-Lakers game, which was huge for us. We loved that. But then from that, we actually got asked to come play for Tourneytown. So Tourneytown was just like,
before the games.
It's before the games, and they have little Papa Shots, like stuff like that.
I think it was like the day before. There's a lot of stuff.
But
too.
I'm pretty sure. I forget where it was. Maybe the Coliseum.
Was Tourneytown?
Yeah. But
I can't remember.
I forget where exactly it was, but they asked us to come perform, and so of course, we did, and man, it was just awesome. We all got tickets to tourney town, so we could go play like the Papa Shot basketballs, and there was a lacrosse like how fast can you shoot kind of thing, and man, I sucked. Like that's so hard.
Dude, shooting a lacrosse ball,
But
you'd think it's so easy.
Yeah.
And it's one of the hardest things I've ever tried to do. I know you've gone to the Mammoth, you went last night, and man, it's
it's hard.
Watching them do it, it's so cool.
But yeah, so like I was at Tourney Town, like we killed it, like everybody, the fans, like the crowd loved it. They actually invited us back for the second night, and they wanted us to open for Jewel,
That would have been
which
sweet.
that would have been sick, but there was some stuff with the school, like since I was in high school, we couldn't do it, but yeah, it would have just been it would have been awesome.
It's just such a good time. It's kind of like we went to the Pac-12 championship this year, and then last year we went to the SEC championship for football. It's kind of something like that. It's just so fun.
I think it's also just cool. It's just seeing the different atmosphere of college versus professionals.
Oh yeah,
it's
the
just
atmospheres are
it's wild.
Yeah,
it's so much cooler.
And we talked about that before. I think that in college basketball, home court advantage is kind of like some of the highest for sure. Yeah, but yeah, it's just fun, and there's different fans and everything like that, and it's kind of like the Mammoth. Yep. Honestly, the Mammoth is just so fun.
Yeah,
and my buddy
games
Steve,
are just
Belly Man.
Yeah, last night me and Steve like we have season tickets, and I mean the crowd is just always into it. Mammoth aren't even that good this year, but the crowd still shows up, make the playoffs. Yeah, but Steve ends up taking off his shirt, and the announcer, he's just loving it. Ends up giving him a nickname like Belly Man or Belly. I don't know. I forget the other
Belly
one.
Roll.
Yeah, Belly Roll.
Yeah,
I was like, so it was just awesome to see that, and everybody was loving it. Like kids were loving it. He ended up getting like some people asking for selfies with him, and
Steve just loves it all.
Yeah, he's adopting the nickname, and
he's got to be like the new barrel man for the Broncos.
I think for the rest of the season, he's
Belly
gonna
Man. Even the
do that.
Announcer, the main people on the TV, they were saying something. So
yeah,
that was fun. But let's go into our game picks. This last week, we both went 2-1. So you stay one up on me. We got the Nuggets right. Woo!
Yep.
And then I got the Celtics right over the Bucks. And then you got the Magic right over the Pelicans.
Yeah, we're actually like me and you, like hopefully, knock on wood, like
we're turning around.
We're turning it around in the last 7 picks. I'm 5-2. You're 4-3.
Yep.
So we got winning.
And if you say it before
winning
that,
records.
I was 7-3 because I won the 3-0.
Exactly.
You know?
So
it's
we're turning things around. It's getting better.
Yeah. This week we're going to do March Madness ones though, and so first one we said Creighton and Tennessee.
Yep.
Creighton's the 3 seed, Tennessee's the 2. I'll go first. You know who I'm going to pick because I already said that I have them in the finals. I'm going Tennessee. I think Dalton Connects from Colorado. He's playing great ball, and if he can be consistent, I think Tennessee's going to take it, especially watching Creighton versus Oregon. They had a tough time, so I think Tennessee's going to take it.
I'm actually going to go opposite.
Nice.
Because of Tennessee kind of struggling with Texas. I think this Oregon team is a little bit better than Texas, in my opinion, so I don't think it's that big of a deal that Creighton kind of struggled versus Oregon. And then in that second overtime, they poured it on. And like if you look at the score, you'll never think that Creighton even had a chance of losing.
Yeah,
because they ended up winning 86-73. So I think I'm going to pick Creighton, but this one was a toss-up for me. I don't remember even what I have in my bracket, but I think Creighton is I just got to go with my gut. I'm going Creighton.
All right. Purdue Gonzaga. Next one. Number 1 versus number 5 seed.
Yep.
I'm gonna say opposite because I think Purdue's gonna do it. I think Zach Edey.
I don't know.
Come on, you know
I probably will go Gonzaga.
Hey, if you want to pick Purdue, go ahead.
I think I'm just impressed by this Gonzaga team as well. So it's not even that I'm picking because I don't really think Purdue is that good. I just think Gonzaga is kind of a dark horse. These first 2 games,
they've played great. They completely destroyed Kansas.
Yep.
And I'm sure some people had them winning it too.
Yeah.
But, all right, so you're going Gonzaga. I'm
Yep.
Purdue. All right, so there's
Gonzaga.
2 separate ones. Then
And
next
third
one, final one, we're doing number 3 Illinois versus number 2 Iowa State.
Yep.
I'll let you go first on this one. I already know who I'm going to pick, but I'll let you go.
I think this will probably be this could be the best game out of these 3,
for sure.
in my opinion. I think these 2 teams are just so good. I could see this being a buzzer beater. Iowa State's got an insane defense.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm going to go Illinois.
Okay.
I think I liked Illinois at the start of this bracket. I liked their path. I think they could make a Final Four run, to be honest.
Okay.
I think defense is important, but I mean, I know Illinois has a lot better offense, and Illinois, they still have a pretty good defense as well. So I just don't think Iowa State can match them offensively, so I think when shots start falling, I think Illinois will come through.
I'm with you. I think it's going to be extremely close. Iowa State struggled a little bit with Washington State.
Nope.
And so I was kind of on the fence, but I'm going Iowa State, actually. So I think this is actually our first time ever in all 3 games that we're switching. So this can switch it up completely.
Completely, yeah.
You could go up by 4.
Yeah.
I could go up by 2. We could be right in the middle.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's going to change. It's not going to be one game anymore. So,
which I do want to bring up real quick. So NCAA basketball, you do have a leg up on me. We both picked nine picks this season in 2024. I've only got 3 right. You've got 5 right. So I'm at 33%. You're at 56%. This has actually been your best sport picking on. So
is this men's or women's?
Yeah, men's and women's combined.
Yep. All right.
But yeah.
Hey.
So
I got the odds right now.
Just to give you maybe a little bit of an ego boost there, but
I'm feeling it. I don't know if I needed it, but I'm feeling it.
It's gonna come crashing down. I'm gonna go 3-0.
That's what I'm watching. I'm gonna lose all 3. Just gonna be like, well, we're never picking NCAA again.
Maybe.
But yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully those games are good.
Yep.
But that's pretty much all we got this week.
Yeah.
We can just keep going. We could keep talking about Minnesota or the March Madness, but I know you guys are probably getting tired of listening to us.
It's going to be a really big sports week this week. Opening day is on Thursday for MLB.
And we wanted to pick some of those games too.
Yeah, but we figured we could do that later.
March
Madness is just so hot right now, and
got the XFL and UFL combining. Yep. They're playing next week.
The XFL and the USFL.
Or now it is the UFL. Yeah.
But that first game is on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But NHL.
Well, NHL and NBA
is wrapping up.
Pushes.
I think they got 10 games left on each.
Around there. So we'll see if the Nuggets and Avs honestly can end up getting back to the both number 1 seeds.
But should be a really good week. I'm looking forward to it.
And CU women's.
But let us know. Like we say every week, we love criticism. We love fixing things and getting better. So if we can improve anyway, then
oh my gosh, really quick, we forgot to talk about the simulation.
Oh yeah,
but we'll just say it quick. You can go check out our short. But the simulation, we had the 2012 Miami Heat versus the 96, 97 Chicago Bulls. Miami Heat 1-7, so they move on. And then on the West, we had the 71 Lakers versus the 86 Lakers. 71 Lakers won.
Yep.
And so we have our final 8. Go check that out. Sorry we didn't get to talk about that as much.
Yep.
You got Will Chamberlain, Jerry West on the 71 Lakers. You got LeBron, Wade, and Bosch on the Miami Heat.
Yeah,
and so,
we'll be posting a video of that later in the week.
Sorry we didn't get to that, but hopefully you guys like the rest of the episode. And like Kyle said, let us know what you like, what you disliked, and everything. But we will see you later, alligators.
Yep.
Peace.